Hey guys, what is going on? You're watching Ghost Ibis Collectibles. I'm your host, Ibis, and today we have a video that I've been waiting for a little bit. That is, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Structure Deck Sacred Beasts opening. This is an awesome product. Anyone who grew up with Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, like myself, will be able to tell you that this is something we never thought would happen. Having a structure deck based around essentially Egyptian gods, the knockoff versions as they were called back in the day, probably still are, or the demon gods I think is the Japanese name. That's pretty cool. This is going to be an awesome deck. I know it's not the most competitive one out there, obviously, you know, Shadol's and Salamangreat and stuff are still the top structure decks you can get, but this one is just really cool for nostalgia value, and it's awesome. So let's just crack on into this today. Before we do, we've got our Ghost Ibises up the back. They're not going to bring us any luck today because this is a set product, but if you do have spare luck at home, send it in. We will definitely use it for future openings, and of course, any luck you send in will be returned to you with interest. So there's a benefit in doing that too. Your pulls are going to be amazing. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this. As I rip the box open, I want to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. So I was just going to see if there was a cool blurb on the back. It just says, "Release the Sacred Beasts. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh! GX fan's greatest dream come true. The three Sacred Beasts have been united under a single banner. Structure deck Sacred Beasts with new support to make them easier to summon and bolster their powers. Impose true dueling dominance upon your opponent." Very cool. That could have been spoken a lot better, but it is what it is. Alrighty, let's get that out of here. Today we have our cool playmat, and hiding under that weird bit of cardboard that they do in Australia here, we have our... Oh wow, it has printing on it. I never knew that. Never thought to look, to be honest. Alright, there we go. We got our structure deck there. So, cool little advertisement on the back. Scan here to learn the basic rules if you want a digital ebook. And there we go. So there's our first card, but we will get to that in a second. Let's take a look at the playmat real quick. It's only a paper one, but it still is quite cool. Hopefully I can fit it on the camera here for you guys. It kind of fits. So you got Uriah on the side, you got the new Raviel in the middle, and Harmon in a cool new pose. I think that's the new Raviel. I don't think that's the original one in the middle, but very cool. And on the back you've got some advertisements here, so all the cards that can go with it. I love seeing these actually, just to see some strategies. So that's this deck. Those are all this deck, actually, and then you got Chaos Impact, some good cards. Rising Rampage, wish I could still find that set. The Mega Tin is very, very cool, and the other structure deck, so yeah, pretty much the advice is just go pick up the other structure deck. But this is awesome too, so let's get into the cards and see why it is so awesome. I really don't like these plastic things. If you saw my legendary decks, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Sorry, what am I talking about? The Yugi legendary decks reprints that had Joey, Kaiba, and Yugi in them. Couldn't remember the official name. Legendary Decks 2, that's the one. Even though I hate those plastic wraps. Anyway, we have Raviel, Lord of Phantasm, Shimmering Scraper. That is very cool. That is a brand new retrain of Raviel, Lord of Phantasm, so that's really cool. We have the original Uriah, Lord of Searing Flames, looking all spicy. We have Hamon, Lord of Striking Thunder. We have the original Raviel, Lord of Phantasm. So these got reprinted a lot in the Legendary Collection too. Boxes that got reprinted. But it's cool to get them here too. We have Armityle, the Chaos Phantasm. Very cool to get that as an easy reprint. We have one of the new cards here, Cerulean Skyfire, which is Raviel's attack from the anime. Very, very cool. We have Hyper Blaze, which I can't remember this one, but I'm just guessing that is Uriah's attack from the anime, so very cool. There we have Dimension Fusion Destruction. That was definitely a card in the anime, or an attack, I can't remember, but that name definitely came up. And it is a really cool one. I think that's one of the better cards to get. You can pause the video, take a look at the effect if you would like to do so. But basically, these all work around getting out your Sacred Beasts a lot easier than you previously could. This is another new one. You got Chaos Core, very cool. We have Dark Beckoning Beast, Chaos Summoning Beast. So those are the 3 new beasts you can use to help bring out your Sacred Beasts. Dark Summoning Beast, that is a reprint one, but very cool. We have Phantom of Chaos, cool special edition reprint. Phantom Skyblaster, this card was really expensive a little while ago. Mad Reloader, very cool. Grave Squirmer. Rainbow Dark Dragon, so weird seeing that as a common, but still very cool. Tragodia, this is one of the coolest reprints. I remember this was a Jump promo back in the day, and back then it was just so good. I had one, and I was stupid enough to trade it away, unfortunately. But at least I got a common one now, so that's cool. Even if he's not as useful as he used to be, still very cool. We have Radian, the multi-dimensional kaiju. Which is, yeah, definitely one of the best cards in the deck. I kind of just glazed over that one, but yeah, this is probably the most expensive card, funnily enough. The kaijus are always popular. We have Chaos Hunter. Puppet Master, really creepy. Stygian Street Patrol. Ooh, this is actually the card I actually wanted the most out of this deck. Farfa, Malbranche of the Burning Abyss. I like the Burning Abyss cards so much, and this is one of the ones that I don't have, so it's kind of tempting to pick up a couple of this structure deck just to make a playset of this, but I don't think it's worth it just for a single common card. But I really like this card, so very cool. Pop you down to the bottom. We have the Fabled Subarul. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Danger Chupacabra, that's really cool to get, as well as a reprint. We have Opening of the Spirit Gates, which is straight up an artwork from the anime. That is so cool. Really happy to see that. Fallen Paradise, your field spell. Phantasmal Martyrs, very cool. Spell Chronicle, classic card. Terraforming, that's always going to be a good card. We have Set Rotation, I think that's pretty good too, actually. We have Mound of the Bound Creator, which is more for Egyptian gods, but I guess you can use it for these ones too. 1-for-1, classic card. The Beginning of the End, I remember the holo version of this, you couldn't see the pattern, it just looked like a black card, which was really cool. Pot of Desires, I forgot that was in here, but yeah, that's always going to be a good reprint. Owner's Seal, that's pretty good too, actually. I might just stop taking out the good cards because there's so many. When you get into the reprint territory, you get so many good cards. Swords of Concealing Light, so these are all your continuous spell cards, which help bring out Hamon. Mystical Space Typhoon. Awakening of the Sacred Beast. There's another new card. Very, very cool. Escape from the Dark Dimension. Shape Sister. That's pretty cool. One of those traps. And again, these continuous traps are now to help you bring out Uriah, because he needs to sacrifice continuous traps. We have Imperial Custom. Mistake. Very cool. Dark Factory of More Production. Cool card. I don't think I've seen this before. It's really cool. We have Phantasm Emperor Trilogic. That really weird card that we got straight out of Dual Overload, I want to say. And into the tokens. So we have Phantasmal Martyr token, and Phantasm token. And funnily enough, you'd think that's the original one. I actually think it's this guy. I think this was the one from the anime. The Martyr token. And then the Phantasm token, I think, is a new one, but I might be wrong on that. It might be that this one, or both might have been in the anime, I can't quite remember. And we have our advertisements. We got 3 ads in one box. What are the odds of that? So Duel Links with Dark Side of Dimensions, very cool. I'm reviewing advertisements now. Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution, very cool. And Legendary Duelist Season 1, and the Structure Deck. So that is quite cool. I know they're just ads, but they're kind of fun to collect because they're card size, so kind of neat. Anyway guys, that is the Sacred Beast Structure Deck. I hope you enjoyed today's video. You can pretty much see all the cool pulls there. Would I recommend it? Yeah. If you like Sacred Beasts, if you like nostalgia, go for it. Don't pick up this deck expecting it to be super competitive, but you do get some really good cards in there. The reprints down the bottom here are just examples of that. So if you're looking for any of those, it's a good way to get them. And yeah, that's going to do today's video. So give the video a like if you enjoyed it, comment below if you have anything at all to say, and remember to subscribe to the channel if you want to see videos just like this one. Thanks for watching, Ghost Ibis out. Peace.